intolerance is more common than people think. It is estimated that 1 in every 20 people worldwide has some level of gluten sensitivity. And a lot of people with this sensitivity don't even realize it. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about 9 warning signs to watch out for. Gluten sensitivity is on a spectrum. On one end, there are people who only experience minor side effects when they consume gluten. And on the other end, you have full-blown celiac disease. Now, I've done a couple videos on my channel talking about carbohydrate intolerance, which is different than gluten intolerance. Someone who is carbohydrate intolerant, their body is not producing enough of the enzyme to properly digest carbohydrates. And gluten is actually a protein and not a carbohydrate at all. However, we associate gluten with carbohydrates because it's found in grains such as wheat, rye, and barley, which are of course mainly comprised of carbohydrates. So if you suspect you might be gluten intolerant, keep watching. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Kate. I'm a certified health and nutrition coach. I post videos twice a week here on YouTube talking all things insulin resistance, weight loss, sleep, and more. So if you're ready to take control of your metabolic health, make sure to click that subscribe button. And you can also find me on TikTok and Instagram where I share new posts every single day. As I mentioned at the start of this video, gluten is actually a protein. So yes, gluten is a nutrient, but it's not an essential one. Humans do not have to consume any gluten in their diet for good health. Gluten is found in grains such as wheat, barley, and rye, but it's also added to a lot of processed food to bind foods together, improve flavor, and improve texture. So even if you're consuming a product that doesn't contain grains, it might still have gluten added to it. The exact cause and mechanism of gluten intolerance isn't entirely understood, but what is understood is that it falls on a spectrum, as I mentioned earlier. A gluten intolerance or sensitivity can mean you experience an autoimmune reaction when you consume gluten. And over time, if you have a sensitivity and you continually consume gluten, this can lead to chronic inflammation in the body, which is the root cause of most modern-day diseases. Celiac disease is obviously the most extreme form of a gluten intolerance or sensitivity. It's an autoimmune condition that you're genetically predisposed for. When someone with celiac disease ingests gluten, it damages the lining of the small intestine. Celiac disease can be tested for and clearly diagnosed, but with gluten intolerance, it's not as black and white. But anyways, enough chit chat, let's get into the 9 warning signs. Number 1, skin rashes. This is one of the earliest signs of a gluten intolerance. Sometimes people will get rashes or bumps on their skin. Sometimes they'll even be as extreme as hives. So if you experience any of these skin conditions when you consume gluten, that might be a sign that you're gluten intolerant. Number 2, increased anxiety. It isn't exactly clear how gluten and anxiety are connected, but there is definitely a connection. And the connection between gluten and celiac disease is even more pronounced. Studies have shown that when people with anxiety go on a gluten-free diet, a large percentage of them see a reduction in their anxiety. So if you're someone who struggles with anxiety, a gluten intolerance might be the reason why. Number 3, allergies. A gluten intolerance can also cause allergy-like symptoms. Sneezing, itchy eyes, a runny nose, a blocked nose, these can all be signs of a gluten intolerance. Number 4, frequent illness. If you're someone who gets sick regularly, again, this might be due to gluten. Number 5, joint pain. This is another early sign of gluten intolerance. It has long been recognized that people with an autoimmune variation of arthritis are at a greater risk of celiac disease. So we know there's a connection there. Number 6, fatigue. If you are tired, lethargic, or experiencing fatigue throughout the day, but especially after you consume gluten, this could be a sign of gluten intolerance. So paying attention to how you feel after you eat and what you ate in that meal is so important. Number 7, infertility. This is one that a lot of people do not expect, but a gluten intolerance can actually cause infertility for both women and men. So if you're struggling with unexplained infertility, this is definitely something to consider. Number 8, migraines. This is another really common symptom of a gluten intolerance. Headaches and migraines, especially after consuming gluten. Yeah, this can be due to an intolerance. And finally, number 9, nutrient deficiencies. So if you have had any of your nutrient levels tested recently and you were low or deficient in anything, this could be due to gluten. Malabsorption is a huge concern for people with celiac disease, and it can also be an issue for people with a gluten intolerance as well. And those are the 9 warning signs of gluten intolerance. So to quickly recap, number 1, skin rashes. Number 2, anxiety. Number 3, allergies. Number 4, frequent illness. Number 5, joint pain. Number 6, fatigue. Number 7, infertility. Number 8, migraines. And number 9, nutrient deficiencies. Let me know in the comment section down below if you are currently experiencing any of these symptoms and if you've suspected a gluten intolerance. Do you feel better when you cut it out of your diet? Let me know in the comment section down below. I love chatting with you guys in the comments, so even if you just want to say hi, especially right when I post this video, I try to reply to as many comments as I can. So yeah, come say hi. And if you did enjoy this video, feel free to share it with a friend who you think would find it helpful. If you like my videos, sharing them is a really great way to support my channel. And if you did enjoy this video, you might also enjoy my video on the difference between carbohydrate intolerance and gluten intolerance. You can check it out here. If you want to catch up on my most recent upload, you can find it here. And if you want to check out my coaching programs, including my 7-day insulin resistance masterclass, you can find those here. Thanks guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.